Okay, so hello everyone. I am D in China, and this is my very first official vlog episode. And I'm making this one because not tomorrow, Friday. Friday, September the 2nd, I am moving from Nanjing, Xiamen, and Nanjing. I actually have an apartment in Nanjing. I'm going to move it to Guangzhou. So on the 2nd, I am moving to Guangzhou, and I figured that this is a good opportunity for me to start a vlog. And why am I going to start this now after being in China for so many years? It's because I finally have the capacity and the technology to be able to do it. I mean, I had cameras before that shot fairly good video, but now I have the portability and the accessibility to be able to do it, such as my Samsung phone shoots in 4K. The camera that I'm shooting with at the moment, it shoots in 2K. And whoops, wrong button. It shoots in 2K, and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to being able to do this. The other part that makes it possible is that the internet in China has now grown up to where the speeds are available to be able to do things like this. Um, the internet speed where I'm at the moment is 100 megabytes per second. I know that is nothing compared to the US and Japan, Taiwan, lots of places, Korea. I mean, internet saturation in Korea is so ridiculous. Internet speeds in Korea are so ridiculous. Internet speeds in the United States are insane as well. I've heard people have 300 megabit per second internet connections. But, yeah, so, but in China we got up to 100 megabytes now. And technically they had it before, but most of the time it was a lie and it was never actually that fast. But it really is that fast now. And so, now that I have this ability, I'm going to be trying to make a vlog. And I don't really want to be one of those kind of people who hash and cut and chop and blah 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 their videos. So my videos are just going to be kind of like this. Sometimes they're going to be like this. Sometimes they might be me walking around. If not, then I'll probably just be like me, where I walked around with this camera, and then while I'm watching the video, I just record audio over it or something. I'll do audio over, voiceover. Yeah, I'll do a voiceover of it. And at the moment, I'm really calm. This is not normal. I'm just really calm at the moment. So yeah. So I hope you can follow me along through my journey, and I really hope my journey stays on camera. Let's see, what else do I want to say? Yeah, so you're probably thinking, who is this Yahoo? Why is he making a vlog? What makes him think he can make blah blah blah? Anyway, so alright, I'm D. My name is Derek, but I'm D. I go by D. I'm gonna go by D. So I'm D. I live in China. I've been in China for the last since 2011. I got here January 25th, 2011. I arrived in Hong Kong and made it into mainland China on the 27th or 28th of January. And I have been here ever since. I've not gone back to the United States in all this time. I haven't left the country. I've gone to Taiwan, Japan, and Thailand since then. I've made numerous trips in and out of Hong Kong, but the three countries I've visited have been Taiwan, Thailand, and Japan. I want to expand that and go to Korea and other places around nearby, Singapore maybe. But before all of that, I do need to go back to the States. So I've been living here for 5 years now. Technically 6. I've technically been here 6 years, but actually 5 years. So, why do I say 6? Because I was here for an entire year. So I count every entire year or something. Maybe I'm just counting wrong. I don't know. Yeah, it should just be 5. Anyway, so I've been here for 5 years, right? And start the 6th year next January. And let's see. So, with all of my time here, I've learned a lot of things about living in China, and I just wanted to share them. And I've seen other vloggers. There's Serpent Xie and XiaoYi 86 and a bunch of other people. Um, I don't know the others. I just know these two. And I know a few Chinese people who have a vlog, and quite a few Hong Kong people, but just those two are the two foreigners I know of who actually have vlogs that work in China. And theirs are actually quite interesting, by the way. So mine is just my life, what I think about China, my adventures, struggles, stuff like that. I don't like to put face on China more than it deserves, and I don't like to just flat out say, China sucks because it's China. I mean, there are parts about China that suck just because it is China, but that's just because of that situation. But for the most part, it's pretty good here. I've had a good life here. It's been filled with struggles. It's like a roller coaster, a very wild, ridiculous roller coaster. It's all over the place, but my life has been decent, I think, and I want to share that with you guys. And so, like I said, right now I am in Xiamen City, which is an island off the east coast of Fujian, which is in southern China. And it is 500 nautical miles from Taiwan. Nautical miles or straight miles, I forget, from Taiwan. And, oh no, I take that back. It is actually a half an hour boat ride from Taiwan. Kinmen Island is a half hour from Xiamen Island. And Kinmen is part of Taiwan, so technically it's a half hour from Taiwan, but it's from the main island. It's a 500 nautical miles. It takes about an hour to fly there. In relative position to Beijing, we are far, far from Beijing. So they don't have bullet trains in Xiamen, which I don't understand why. And if they do, I have not ridden on one, and I have not seen where you can actually get one. So that may just be I'm looking at the wrong stations or something. But by flight from Xiamen to Beijing should be about 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, because it takes 2 hours to fly to Shanghai. And I think from Shanghai to Beijing is another 2 hours, so it should be about a 4-hour flight. I lived in Nanjing, where a lot of my experiences, I know a lot about Nanjing, and I know a lot about Xi'an, another city that I lived in for years. For 2 years in Xi'an and 2 years in Nanjing, but I explored more of Nanjing than I did in Xi'an. Mostly because I worked so much in Xi'an that I didn't have free time to go out and explore. And Xi'an is so dirty, I just never wanted to go outside. But Nanjing had good blue skies, clean air, and I had, in the roads and the traffic in Nanjing are so much better than they are in Xi'an. So I was happy to go out and explore and do all kinds of stuff. And so I think what I'll be talking about a lot is like things that you can do in China that you can't do in America, or things that you can, just life in general maybe. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I need to continue with my introduction. So like I said, I'm 32 years old. I've been in China for 5 years, 6 years almost. I lived a little bit in Taiwan, and since I came to China, I've lived a little bit in Taiwan, but most of all, I lived here in the mainland China. I have taught in I teach. I'm an English teacher. Current moment, I'm at this school, Red, Yellow, Blue International Kindergarten in Xiamen City, which is just another 2 more days. I'm so happy about that. Just 2 more days and I'm gone. And so I'm here for a little bit. I also taught at Ivy Multiple Intelligence Kindergarten in Xi'an, which is a fantastic school system. Ivy Group is fantastic. Their education system is just above par. In China, they are beyond par. Um, I also taught at a Hampson. I taught at a crappy little school in Guangzhou. When I first got here, it's not even worth mentioning. And but mostly I've been working in these two schools, three schools. I've been in this one for a couple months, and I am moving to Guangzhou to go to South China Normal University's affiliated language school, and it's a primary school. Because I got a few affiliated schools, but this one I'm going to a primary school, and so that's where I'm going, and that's why I'm starting this vlog because it's a new adventure for me. I'm going into primary school from elementary or from kindergarten, so that's going to be fun. And I am sorry, I'm getting a whole bombardment of messages right now. So yeah, this is basically just my life. So I hope you follow me, and if I say stuff that you don't agree with, well, too bad. I mean, if it's something that I actually truthfully am wrong about, please tell me. But if it's, this is how I feel about something, and you say, oh no, it's not, that's not true, that's not how it is, I don't care. Because for me, that's how it is. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to end this with, I want to say deuces, but we're not going to go that way. We're going to go, what's a good outro? Later days. Yeah, that's a good one. Later days.